Watchmen versus Doomsday Clock. Now, if you don't know what Watchmen is, let me just give a brief explanation for you. This is one of the most well-renowned comic book series of all time, and is considered by many to be the best comic book series of all time, because it revolutionized more dark and gritty writing for the time that it was created in. And it was also written by one of the best comic book writers of our time, Alan Moore. He is probably my favorite comic book writer of all time. And now let's get into the things that led up to Doomsday Clock, because Doomsday Clock is the direct sequel to Watchmen, all right? And before we get into Doomsday Clock, let's talk about this thing called the New 52. The New 52 was basically something that DC did that was, they're basically another universe reset. And I don't really like universe resets in comic books with extended universes. I personally wish that they would just kill off all the old characters and then make new characters every time that way it made the timeline actually seem like a real timeline. But whatever. The point is, a lot of their stuff didn't sell well. Some of it was good, some of it wasn't. And then they tainted the legacy of Watchmen by wrapping up the New 52 with Doomsday Clock. And after reading Doomsday Clock, I read this a while ago, but it wasn't bad. It just seemed unnecessary. They should have just... Because knowing that Watchmen and the regular DC universe is connected just kind of makes Watchmen seem less good. It's supposed to be its own separate thing. And I feel like Doomsday Clock represents the laziness and mediocrity and the lack of future planning that went into the New 52 in the first place. And this was just cobbled together as sort of a end-all be-all of a failed plan to boost sales. So, yeah. I mean, Watchmen's a 10 out of 10 for me, and I'd give this maybe like a 6 out of 10. I still liked it. Anything that's like a 5 or above I liked, but it's not that good, you know? Even I've never read before Watchmen. I plan to soon. Sorry for new readers. This video is more of someone that's in the know for the comic book scene, but I've never read before Watchmen, so I don't really know how far that really goes to for the legacy of Watchmen. But what I do know is that Doomsday Clock was just, it shouldn't exist. It was decent, but it shouldn't exist. That's my main takeaway from this. See ya.